Hi everyone. This question says that the graph below here shows the volume of water remaining in a leaking hot tub as a function of time. Determine the domain and range. Okay, let's take a quick look at this. So water leaking out of a hot tub here. Okay, so our function starts here, ends here. Now domain, we know, domain represents or refers to all of the values of the independent variable, and that is the x-axis here. So you look at your function here and then go drop it down here just to see all of the values that we're working with here. We're starting at 0, okay? We're starting where time is equal to 0 because this point here has time equals 0. There are no other points to the left of this value, so this is the starting point. And that makes sense now because what we've got here, this value here represents the volume of the tank at the initial time period, okay? Whenever time is equal to 0. Now, this drops down, and it has, this line here implies that we're talking about all of the infinite number of time values from 0 out to, okay, this time right here. Now, this is not hitting at a nice grid point here, or lattice point. So, what are we at here? That's probably like 126, 127. Oh, sorry, we're going up by what are we doing? 12s here. So 130 maybe. Anyway, we'll take a look and see what our options are in a second. But this is definitely going to be from 0 to somewhere around 130. Our range, okay, is referring to the values of the dependent variable, and that's along the y-axis. Now the minimum value that one takes, just like the previous one, is 0. Okay. Now that means that refers to the volume of the tank dropping to 0. So this is kind of our end point here, and it took 130 minutes or so. But it went up to our starting point, and what are we going up by? We're going up by 200s here, so this is going to be 1800. So it's going to be all of the possible values for volume between 0 and 1800. Now let's look at our options here. Okay. Oh, okay. So here we go. So it was 128. Okay, so this doesn't make any sense here. So obviously from 0 to 1800, they're testing to see if you're going to mistake this for range here. So it can't be that, can't be that. It's got to be one of these two right here. And when we come over here, this is, now look at the difference here. We got to be careful with this. What's distinguishing A from B is the or equal to, okay, including those endpoints. Now let's just take a quick look at our graph here. Is our graph including those endpoints? Does it make sense to include the endpoints? Well, actually, yeah, it makes total sense because it is possible to have an initial value of 1800, liters, and it is possible to have a final value at 128 minutes being 0. So yeah, it does make sense for us to include those endpoints. So B doesn't work here. The answer here would have to be A.